Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this stream, I'm going to show you guys a really unique product that was sent out to me by VIFLY. Now, most of you guys know whenever I fly either of these two little FPV style drones, I have some type of protection on them. On the Neo 2, I have this carbon fiber protection on this drone. And on the Avata 2, I had these bumper guards on, which worked really well for the most part. But I always wanted something that gave this drone a little bit more bling, a little bit more personality. And luckily, VIFLY, that's the brand that you guys see here on my iPad, reached out to me recently and they offered to send me out some LED lights for the Avata 2. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at those lights. We're going to install them. I'm going to show you guys some other issues that I thought might be a problem because of the fact that I do have these gimbal protectors on here. I thought that might be a problem, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So let me show you guys the installation and what comes in the box. All right, guys. So this is the box that you're going to receive. And as you guys can see, very simple packaging, very eco-friendly. LED duct guard for Avata 2. Inside of the box, you're going to get your Dear Customer card, basically for satisfaction. You also get a disclaimer about using aftermarket props, and you get some connections here for the cabling for the LED lights, and we'll, go over that when we get to it. In the box, also, you receive the actual ducts themselves. So let's take a look at those real quick. Now, on my last night's live stream, I did open these because I wanted everyone to see early what these look like. But this is pretty much the experience you guys are going to have. So they come with this foam material connected to them to protect them for shipping. And these just pop off, guys. They just pop off just like that. So you can take those off, you can kind of push them through. And taking a closer look at the guards themselves. This is a single button operation. This is also going to cycle through your different color modes as well as your different light effects. So you have 7 colors that you can turn on, and that's going to consist of red, green, blue, yellow, white, purple, and cyan. And then you have your different effects. And that's going to consist of a steady on, a flash, breathing, guiding, scanning, kind of a rainbow, and then a dazzling lighting effect. Okay. Now, these also have really nice little clips on here. This is rubberized, different than the other ones. These are somewhat of a hard plastic. Well, this has a more rubberized feel to it, and I do like that a lot. Let's see if we can see inside there. I don't see how we would replace the batteries if needed, but there's probably some screws in there that we could get inside if we did have to replace the batteries at some point. But at this point, I don't think that's going to be an issue. All right, so let's go ahead and get these installed and see what they look like. So we're just going to start off, and I'm going to go ahead and take the gimbal protector off. And I was watching someone else's video, and they did mention that you want to make sure that the camera is facing forward, and you're just going to line these up, and you can kind of just press it on like so, and it just follows along around the drone. And we're going to look underneath here in a second. Now, this cable here is flexible, so you will be able to adjust that somewhat. So once you have these actually clipped on like so, and they clip on underneath as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So let's take this all the way around. All right, so that's what it looks like from the top perspective. Then underneath, you have these additional clips that you guys see here, and these just press on. So you're just going to press those over like that, all the way around. There's 4 different sections where it connects. That's going to be the same on both sides. Press it over. And then you have these remaining little tabs that you guys see here, and those push through and clip on the frame. So you're just going to kind of push those through. Come on, you can get it. You can do this, Rome. There we go. So that one's through. And we're going to do basically the same thing on the opposite side. Almost no resistance on these. You just kind of pry them in there, and then they just clip over. And then once they're on, you'll see they'll connect. All right, so technically everything is connected except for the fact that we have not secured this cable here, and this is going to secure right here at the base. So the way we're going to do that, that's where this comes in. So you're going to take one of these and the double-sided tape that comes with it, and luckily they do give you two of these just in case in the future you need to replace this. I always keep all of this stuff in my camera bags. So you can peel off one side of it like so. Then you're going to take this and you're just going to press it on like that to make sure it's all the way on there. And this is rubberized as well. And then you're going to remove the opposite side, and then we're going to apply that right here in this little section and just press it in. It's just like in the old days, you know, when we used to put on the GoPro accessories, basically the same thing. We're just going to press that in, and then you're just going to run the cable through, and that's what you're going to end up with, is something that looks like that. Okay, really nice. I would give this a little time to adhere, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. All right, so now that we have that done, let's go ahead and take a look at what the lights look like. All right, so to turn this on, there's a single button. You do have a USB-C right here. That's going to be for charging this. This takes up to 1.5 hours to charge. The runtime is about 50 minutes. And then underneath here is your single button. So you're going to press and hold to turn it on. And that's going to turn on. And then you can cycle through the different lights, so which is really cool. So we can go single press, and we're just switching between the different colors. Okay. So right now we're going through all the variation of colors. Hopefully you guys are seeing this in the video. And then we can go to our solid colors by a double tap. And now we have solid color transitions that are going through here as well. So we don't want that. We want just a single color. So it's double tap. So here's a solid color, our red, green, blue, yellow, purple, and cyan. So for me, this will probably live on the purple. All right, so there's the purple color, as you guys can see it. Now we can also go through the different effects real quick here. So again, double tap, and that's going to be the flashing, and that's the breathing. This is your guiding. There's your scanning. Kind of reminds me of Knight Rider. And I guess this one is the rainbow. And this one is your dazzle. This one looks more like a rainbow to me, but you know, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. Now, as far as bumper protection, I would say this is just as thick in a lot of ways as the other bumper guards that I had on here. So I do like that. All right, so let's get this guy in the air and see what this looks like. Now, just to be advised, I am in a FIFA area, so I won't be able to do big flights. So I'll probably just fly around here in the studio just so you guys can see what this looks like when the drone is in the air. But I do want you to take note of their website. I will leave links down in the description, and you can go over and find a lot of different really cool things that you know, VIFLY provides. And like I said, they also sent us out lights for the Neo 2, and also sent us a tactical light for the Avata 2, which I will be doing a video on separately. All right, so let's get this guy in the air and see what we get. All right, guys, as you can see, everything flew perfectly, no problems. The lights look amazing. I am a huge fan of this, guys. So if you're looking for a way to add some additional visibility to your drone, maybe just add a little bit of bling to it as well, I think this is going to be an excellent product. This is definitely going to live on this drone. I know people are going to be excited to see me flying the drone in my live stream. And now that we have these cool little tracer lights and things like that, that's just going to make it much easier for them to be able to see the drone when it's in flight. All right, guys, it's been your buddy Rome with Rome Knows Tech, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.